You know what? I'm shit with names, you know. You're gonna
Gideon Onyenani. Onyenani.
Onyenani.
Yeah.
Gideon.
Yeah.
Onyenani.
Yeah, basically Onyenani.
I feel bad saying it. I'm just gonna say Gideon. October Red Boxing.
Yeah.
First time guest.
Yeah.
I wanted to get you on the channel because I liked your performance.
Yeah, I think so.
You didn't come in to lose. Talk to me about your performance against. Which one? It was
Mark Dickinson.
Dickinson. I nearly said McCormack then. It was Dickinson.
Hey, Dickinson. Yeah, so obviously I fought 2 weeks prior to this fight. Yeah, I fought a gold medalist, Herbert Consejo. Did 6 rounds with him. Obviously lost that as well. So coming into this, it was like yeah, fuck it, sort of thing. Like, let's go again. Like, let's try to get experience because I haven't got a long amateur career. So I just want to build up my experience, and I feel like the best way to do that is by fighting the best fighters, which I did today. Mark Dickinson, he's a good prospect. So I learned a lot from this fight, and then progressively I'll get W's if I continue.
So talk to me about your amateur career then. How many bouts have you had as an amateur?
So I had 6 bouts. I had 6 before the army, and I had 6 in the army, so not a lot. So I started my first bout, I think I was 16. So from then it's all just been progressively just learning, sort of on the job sort of thing.
So after you had the amateur bouts, and we're going to say 12,
Yeah.
because that's what it is really.
Yeah.
What made you decide, you know what, I like this, I'm going to go pro rather than maybe going, you know, the amateur route and getting more experience as an amateur first?
So that was my goal, that was my dream. But obviously I'm in the army as well. So I'm still in the army, yeah. So
Poor thing.
exactly. So I couldn't really box as much as I wanted to. And obviously I was told I had a pro style and sparring and whatnot. But the main reason because I couldn't box and I want to fight. So the best thing for me to be able to fight was to turn pro.
Well, what I like to say is I liked your style. Like I said, you didn't come in to just like lie down on the floor and take a beating. You showed really good boxing brain.
Yeah.
Almost like you were anticipating the shots that Dickinson was going to throw at you, and you were able to like sort of cover up and move out the way.
Yeah.
Talk to us about your style of fighting and how that come about. Like you said, you had more of a natural pro style.
Yeah.
But talk to us about your boxing style and where it started.
My style, I'll say I'm a front forward fighter when I'm at my best. I think I'm pretty strong physically, so my defense as well is pretty tight at times. So I feel like going forward, that's when I'm at best, not like on the back foot. So yeah, I just felt strong coming forward, holding the shots, and that's what I worked on with my coach. So little things we worked on played a part, but there's other things that worked on that we need to work on. So yeah, it's all progressive now to the top. That's what I hope.
So how many pro bouts have you had?
So I turned pro last year, September the 21st, and I've had 7 fights since then. So 7 fights in 14 months.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is move my stuff out of the way, because if someone knocks down my camera, there's going to be... You might end up locking me up. You know what I mean? Hold on. Because what happens when AJ comes through, we've got AJ here, so everyone's going crazy.
Yeah.
See, my camera's already getting moved. Yeah, the pro bouts, sorry. Back to you, because I'm just worried about my camera, sorry.
Yeah.
Pro bouts, how many?
I've had 7 now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, within 14 months. So it's been pretty active, so I'm happy about that. Obviously, I'm not happy about not having an undefeated record like other prospects, but I still think it's going to go up. So I'm still hopeful. I'm not thinking to lay down as a journeyman. I still want to reach to the top and be a champion. So yeah, I'm just going to carry on progressing.
You do get that though. There's a couple of fighters that are very good fighters that did start off on the route of, all right then, fair enough. You haven't got the amateur pedigree. I'll tell you what, we're going to throw you in as the B-side, and then you can prove yourself that way. Yeah. Is that kind of like the same thing that you're going for?
Yeah, it's not what I initially went for, but because of the opportunities that I've had so far, definitely what I'm going for. You know, I don't fear no one, so I'll get in there with any man in the world and go from there. And I think that's how I learn, because I feel I've got better from my last fight. I think I'm going to get better on my next fight, and then I think we'll get to a point where I've learned so much in the ring, having all that experience, and I'll just be getting a winning streak from there.
Could you tell me who you've boxed so far? Obviously, we've had Dickinson tonight. You mentioned the name of another one. Who have you fought so far?
So I thought my first loss was another prospect, Billy Jackson. But that fight I was drained. It was the same day weigh-in. I think I weighed in at 330, fought at like 7, so it wasn't my true performance. And then I fought other journeymen. I thought he's a known Jordan Granham. That's one that's pretty well known. Christoph Zolgis, he was my debut, and I fought Jake Bray. He was another good journeyman. So my fights haven't been easy, but they've been tough enough to sort of test me and know that boxing's not an easy game, sort of thing.
And what are your results then? How many have you won and how many have you lost?
I've won 4 and lost 3 against. My last 3 were losses, unfortunately, but my last 3 fights were within 7 weeks. So I've had 3 fights within 7 weeks, so it's been pretty jam-packed.
Do you think you could get caught in that trap of saying, okay, I know I can get paid, I know I can get on these cards, and then you sort of like get trapped in that journeyman cycle, or are you still gonna like, no, I really want to do this, I want to be a winner, I want to be on the A side? Yeah,
definitely. Well, I'm 23, so I'm not old in the game. But it is a thing where the money and everything else wasn't really the big selling point. It was just the experience, and I feel like I had it in my last 2 fights, so I'm not gonna go again. If I get another opportunity, I may take it, but I'm also gonna talk to my manager, talk to my coach about progressing forward, because we need them wins. You know, we can't just keep going in and taking losses and call it experience. We actually need to get wins and get people behind me and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't want to get caught in the journeyman trap.
Yeah, because I was going to say, how does it feel, like you said, when you've got ambitions, you've got goals, you know that there's certain things that you want to do, and then, you know, you're being treated like, you know, not like second best, but you're not coming there to win. How do you like deal with that and say no and push through and say, you know what, I still want to win fights?
Obviously the circumstances that I've had, so I've had 2 fights. The last 2 fights I've had, I've only had 2 weeks notice, so it's not been a full camp. So I know that with a full camp I will perform much better. So in my head, even though I've got these losses, I know that I'm much better. I've shown it in the gym. So that sort of self-belief that I have, even though I'm not showing it with my wins, I know it within myself. So it's just, you know, taking time with it, and eventually I know within myself that I'll reach to that position where I'm getting wins and fighting good people and also beating them.
And who would you say so far has been your toughest fight so far?
So far, it would have to be between Mark and the gold medalist. It was different fights. Mark was I would say more there, like physically. The gold medalist was more of a boxer. But I think that's why it's good, because I've had a physical fighter and I've had a boxer, and you don't get better than a gold medalist. So I've had 2 ends of the spectrum. So I think that will help me with other fighters. They're not going to bring anything that I haven't seen before.
I mean, I'd describe you as a boxer. You've got good boxing brain. But how would you, if you was to sum up your style, how would you describe your boxing style? Well,
I hope to be a boxer, puncher, because I do think I do have power, but I've not been able to show it. So it's just connecting more, throwing more punches, using that jab. But eventually I'll get there, I know, definitely.
So when do you think you'll be out again? Because sometimes, like I said, when you put up those good performances, you caught my eye. But to be fair, when you were at the press out, I thought, who's he? I haven't seen him before. So you caught my eye from then. But when I actually watched the fight ringside, I thought, this kid can box. Yeah. So when do you think you'll be out again?
Hopefully February, you know. I'm not going to balloon up and wait. I'm going to stay in the gym, tick over. Obviously, not too hard, because I've been in the gym consistently and I've been fighting. So I'm going to stay in the gym, and then February I want to get out there. I want to be active, especially where in my career now and all the losses I've taken. I need to be active, I need to learn. And that's how I feel like it will get better for me.
So who's your gym, your trainer? Where do you train?
I train in Ipswich, because obviously my base is in Woodbridge with the army. So I train in Ipswich with Rob Hodgins. Yeah, he's my main coach in Suffolk Punts. And my team, I've got a good team, to be fair. I've got Matt Brennan, he owns the gym. He supports me massively. I've got Duncan Oglive, he's my strength conditioning coach. And then have Victor, but my team, they go all out for me. Yeah.
We love it, and I'll tell you what, I am actually looking forward to seeing you back out. Yeah. It was a pleasure, you know, sorry that you got the loss. But you did put on a really good performance.
Yeah.
If we want to follow you on social media, how would we find you, etc.? Instagram, etc., etc.
So Instagram Giz Jonas _ I've got Twitter Giz Jonas, but Juice Jonas. I don't really use Twitter, but I'm trying to get used to it. And yeah, that's about it. I'm just getting used to the game now, just learning the ropes really.
Nice one, Gideon. Thank you so much for your time. October Red Boxing with the lovely Gideon, and you can pronounce your surname.
Hey, Onyenani.
Thank you very much. Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.